How's it going? How's it going? A very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you all, wherever you may be. Welcome to a new masterclass, and a beautiful, wonderful, and lovely for all of you. And of course, I had to wear my artificial intelligence glasses that I just bought. They are the first artificial intelligence lenses. Here they are. In fact, they're the ones from Meta. I'm going to pay them. There it is. Look at that beauty. So why are we going to talk about this today? Today we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, about absolutely everything that Bitrix already has with AI for you to use. And I'm also going to tell you what's coming in the next few months. Okay, so first, please allow me to greet you. Go ahead and write in the comments which city you're connecting from, so I can say hello. I'll tell you that I'm in Bogota right now. I spent all of last week in the United States, over in Miami. I had the chance to meet with two of you. It's so nice to see how your businesses and companies are growing. I really love it when I get the chance to spend more time with you and get to know you better. And it's really wonderful because, for example, I met up with my dear friend Consuelo in Orlando. We've known each other for about 3 or 4 years, but we never met in person. So since I was in her area, we took the opportunity to finally meet face to face. How lovely, really lovely. A shout out to Consuelo if she's around. All right, let's go ahead and say hello here. Let's start. I see here from Sao Paulo, Brazil, my friend Francisco is here. It's such a pleasure to greet you, my brother. Welcome. We also have Fernando joining us from Santiago, Chile. Excellent. Welcome, Fernando. We also have someone joining us from Spain. Look at that. But it must be the middle of the night over there right now. Jose, it's such a pleasure, my brother, to have you here. Welcome as well. Let's see who else is here with us. My dear friend, Alex Galliano from Cusco, Peru. Good news, Alex. Let me tell you that we've started in-person operations in Cusco with the lodging company. In fact, I think this weekend or the next, someone from my team is traveling to Cusco because we've already opened. I told you I was going to go soon. So, well, someone from my team is going right now. But I'm pretty sure I'll take a little trip myself, probably in May. I'll be over there, so it'll be a pleasure to meet you in person as well. Alex never misses the master classes. He's always on the live sessions and loves being right there in the front row. So that's awesome, my brother. And greetings to Natalie as well. Where are you saying hello from, Natalie? Leave a comment there. Fabio, who is also active, always at the master classes. Here he is. I'm in your city too, Fabio. Welcome. Here it says, Orozco family. Terra Meridiano from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Welcome as well. Gisela Pistowski from I don't know where, you didn't tell me the city. An hour from Bogota, Reynald Torres. Welcome, Reynald, my brother. Alejandra Garcia as well from Montevideo. Maximiliano has also become another one. Always in the front row at every masterclass, huh? He never misses one either. That's awesome, Maximiliano. My team told me that you took advantage of the Bitrix promotion and did the update. I like those cases because I think you're a very tech-savvy person. In fact, you work in tech sales. But your case, Maximiliano, is the typical one where you try out these technologies. And as they start giving you results, you get more and more involved. And I see that now you've moved up. You started with the basic plan, right? With the smallest one, Welko, really? And now look at how you've upgraded to the standard plan to get even more out of it. So excellent, my brother, excellent. And you really need to put a lot of thought into what we're going to see today, because now we have to start using more tools and more modules going all in, right? So welcome as well, Maximiliano. Here we have Javier from Chihuahua, Mexico. Welcome, Arturo from Mexico. Our friends from Petrol, Besa in Merida. Natalie from Mexico. Wow, it looks like all of Mexico has joined us, right? Very good, excellent. And here we have Lisi from the capital port city. Welcome. Jonathan from Caracas. I'm going to Caracas. I'm heading to Caracas now. I'm going to meet with my team there. I'll be in Valencia, Maracaibo, and Caracas as well. Excellent. Alexandra from the land and capital of salsa. She must be a really good dancer, Alexandra. She must dance very well. Welcome, Alexandra. Also from Cordoba, in the city with the best last name in the world, just spelled wrong. No, I say that because my last name is Cordoba with a B. Welcome, Alejandra, as well. Gisela, how nice to see you all. Well, quite a few people have joined now. Everyone is active. Javier from Spain, Ome. Alejandra says that we use Bitrix daily at Mini Hotel software. Well, that's great. We also have lodging businesses. In fact, right now, look, this is our hotel here in Bogota. Let me tell you, we're opening 2 more hotels here in Bogota. Things are going really well for us. And that's why I came here from the United States to move these projects forward. Federico is also from Mini Hotel. Oh, look at that. How cool. And actually, we're going to start operations in Mendoza as well with our lodgings over there too. I have to travel in the next few days. And Ronald is from El Salvador. Welcome, everyone. So today we're going to have a lot of wonderful information, just the way you like it. Wonderful. So welcome. For those who don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Luis Cordoba Fernandez. I am officially a certified Bitrix trainer. Look, there it is, the Bitrix official, Bitrix trainer for the entire region. And we have a privilege of running a very nice business group. And I think that's what's great about all our master classes, because we don't talk about them from a technical theory perspective, but from daily use, since we live and breathe Bitrix every day in all our business units. Nowadays, with companies having access to such wonderful technology as Bitrix, it becomes much easier to manage businesses and companies, and that's why I'm constantly experimenting. In fact, I told you that I made my first import of solar panels, a whole container. I have no idea how that business works, but I do know how to use Bitrix very well. So I imported a container of solar panels, inverters and batteries from China, and I'm experimenting with that now. In fact, today we were still doing installations to test and learn how this stuff works in Ecuador. And that's the great part, because I want you to get the right perspective from today's masterclass about everything that's coming and all the huge opportunities that are going to arise. It's really going to open your minds to see all the options and features that are already available today and others that are just around the corner. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome, everyone. Any questions you have, you'll be able to ask them. We're going to keep things a bit dynamic. At first, I'll show you all the features, Pao, and then I'll show you in Bitrix how the ones that are already available work, so you can see them in action. So before we get started, let me extend a wonderful invitation for you to join the largest Spanish-speaking Bitrix24 community. Join the WhatsApp group so you can be the first to know firsthand about the new features. In fact, new features are already starting to roll out. Some new Bitrix features have already started to be released, because Bitrix always launches new features around this time of year. Napendicen and the other launch happens in November. And well, let's see. Some of the upcoming features are really cool. As soon as Bitrix officially launches them, which I'm sure will be now in May, I'll also give you a masterclass just on the new Bitrix features, because they keep coming out and more keep being released. So for those who haven't yet joined the community, there's still time. Join in and you'll be informed firsthand of everything that's coming up and what's happening at Bitrix, as well as the dermatologist said. Let's get to the point. First, let me make the screen a little bigger so you can see more. Let's see. I put a radar for you and placed AI at the center. Why? Because many of you, everyone has already heard about, and some are already using some form of artificial intelligence in your businesses and companies. But it's kind of like, yes, artificial intelligence is nice when you look at it from afar. So yes, there's artificial intelligence over there. Look, I have artificial intelligence right here in my glasses. I'm going to do a test. Hey, Meta, tell me what time it is. Well, I think you all didn't hear that, but anyway, he told me, right? So look at how artificial intelligence, you might say, how nice, right? The glasses tell you the time. But that's not the point, is it? The idea is for you to see artificial intelligence in action. Let's see. How do I use it daily so it helps me sell more, do better marketing, work, and be more productive, right? That's what we need to achieve. And no, I see a lot of people just say, oh yeah, artificial intelligence is nice. It says everything, but no, they're not actually using it, are they? And I want you to already have this on your radar and to focus every day on using more artificial intelligence to sell. One recommendation I have for you is, look, right now there are some very advanced artificial intelligences, but some of them are still very expensive, okay? And sometimes you have to use a lot of different tools. I recommend that you keep pace with the way Bitrix is advancing and that you use solutions that are useful and affordable, okay? That way you can go with the flow, right? And what you can't let happen right now is to say, oh, well, I know there's something out there, but I have no idea what artificial intelligence Bitrix has. And you're so busy that you don't even try it out. You don't end up using it. That's really bad. Because what's going to happen is you're going to miss the wave, okay? You have to stay very alert, testing and trying out everything that is advancing in this area, okay? So that's the goal of this masterclass, for you to have your radar on, to know everything that, as of today, April 30, 2025, is available for your businesses and your companies, okay? And we're going to start, and this is the first one, which was actually the first thing Bitrix launched, a Copilot. Basically, it's like a chat GPT embedded in Bitrix, and I'm going to show you in a practical way, how you can use it. In other words, the great thing is that we no longer have to leave Bitrix to use artificial intelligence. That is, it's already within the same ecosystem, and you use it as you go. And the Bitrix Copilot is available in the feed, in comments, in tasks, in task comments. You have the Copilot chat, among others. So basically, we already have artificial intelligence in the different Bitrix work ecosystems, right? This is the first one that I'm going to show you in practice. First, I'm going to list the 10 features for you. Second, this one was also just enabled about a month ago. No, it hasn't been around for long, which is website creation with AI. Let's do an example. I'm going to create a website for you with artificial intelligence in 1 minute, so you can see how that's possible now too. This is one of the ones that I consider most useful so far because it helps you sell more, lowers your customer acquisition cost, which are AI-powered chatbots for WhatsApp, right? We started implementing it in November of last year, and I told you about the great success we've had when implementing the AI-powered bot on WhatsApp, because it turns out that the customer acquisition cost when we were only using humans was $18.50 to get a customer. Since we implemented this AI-powered bot, which we've been refining, and by the way, new features have also been released just for this AI bot, we've reduced our customer acquisition cost to $3.50. What does that mean? It means that before we had to invest $185 to get 10 sales in a week. Now we spend $35 and get the same 10 sales because the bot responds. And it's not the typical old bot, you know, the dumb kind that would send you press 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. No, this is an intelligent bot. In fact, many of you here have already implemented it and know how amazing it is, right? We're going to go deeper into this as well. I'm going to show you especially some of the new features that have come out. And, you know, well, let's look at the next one. This is artificial intelligence in workflows. This was a feature that Bitrix launched last year, which was workflows. And what they released in the last quarter of last year was that they added artificial intelligence to that workflows section. But some people don't really understand it. So I'm going to explain to you in practice how it works, how to use it, and what it's for. So you can start using it as well, okay? All right. Pablo is asking whether it's a chatbot or an AI agent. Well, actually, it could be the same thing because it has artificial intelligence. Let's say it's a chatbot agent with AI, a mix of all three terms, okay? Well, I'm going to explain this to you as well. This is another one that Bitrix just launched this week. I mean, it's not something that's been out for a month or 3 months. No, this came out this week, folks. Don't touch the screen or you'll get burned because this is still hot. I had already told you this was coming. I haven't used it myself yet. And it still has a small limitation because it's only available for meetings with 4 people or more, okay? Why have they done it this way for now? Because keep in mind that this is just starting out, and depending on the amount of bandwidth and everything, they've started by making it available for meetings with 4 people or more, these video conferences with artificial intelligence, which I'll explain a bit more about in a moment. And they're going to gradually expand it to 3 to 2, up to meetings with just 2 people as time goes on, but that's what's available right now. And what fascinates me, what I love about this feature is that I think it's going to help us a lot with the company's productivity. We have so many meetings. If I showed you my calendar, you'd see I never stop, right? I never stop. It's meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting with clients, with my team, with clients, with my team, personal things, and so on. So the great thing about this new Bitrix feature, which they're really pushing so that we hold meetings through the Bitrix platform, is that now everything that happens in your virtual meetings will, first of all, have an order and structure provided by artificial intelligence, right? You know, which is pretty helpful, honestly. So you no longer need someone to take the minutes, right? Or the meeting summary, because now we all have a robot to help us, which is great. Yes, that's good. But what's coming next is what blows my mind and I absolutely love. It's this. Now, with artificial intelligence, when you start a meeting, you'll be able to define the purpose of the meeting. And this happens a lot because I know it happens to you too. Sometimes you have so many meetings that lead nowhere. A lot of pointless meetings where time is wasted and things are discussed, but nothing gets resolved. We've all been there. So sometimes you might say, well, that meeting wasn't very productive, but at least I talked with my team and all that. No. Now, AI is going to help us be much more pragmatic, right? Now, AI will tell you the following. Look, this meeting was originally intended to clearly define and establish the company's overall marketing strategy, as well as to lay out detailed planning for the remaining 2 months of the second quarter of the year. However, after reviewing the discussion and outcomes, I must inform you that, unfortunately, the objective that was set for this meeting was not achieved. So now AI is going to judge you in a cold, emotionless, pragmatic way. It will tell you, hey, the meeting was for this purpose, but you didn't manage to complete the planning. For May and June, you only did May, so your effectiveness was 50%. So just imagine having that kind of curation for meetings. It won't be like when you ask the sales supervisor, so how did the meeting go? Yeah, all good, everything okay. No. Now the robot will tell you the purpose of the meeting was met or not. Isn't that wonderful? And look, it will even tell you the agenda was clear. There are a lot of meetings that happen without an agenda. They're just a waste of time. The discussion was productive. Everyone contributed to the meeting. A summary was made, and the meeting was scheduled for 30 minutes, and it lasted exactly 30 minutes. You're an efficient company, you're an effective company. Or it might tell you, look, you know what? You are wasting time in all your meetings. How nice, right? How nice, especially for those of us who have remote teams who with this, productivity has to go up, exploding. Very good. And look how just like that, well, this is the other one. This is the other feature which is already available. I've been using it. I like it. In fact, this is a real evaluation in which you have artificial intelligence auditing your calls. It audits them for you. So now there's no such thing as whether your sales team follows or doesn't follow the sales script. So look, for example, here on the screen, we have a real screenshot of Angelica, someone from the team who joined at the end of last year and is still in training. And look how it gave her a 45. Well, here it gave her 100%. But look how in the overall score, she has 45% compliance with the script. So it tells you if, for example, you plan that when someone calls, like here, we have our friends from Mini Hotel, whom I don't know very well, but I see there are a few of them. So suppose I want that when someone calls the hotel, the person asks for their name, asks if they have a reservation, if not, where they want to book and what the purpose of their trip is. And if I want them to follow a commercial script, now artificial intelligence will tell me, look, Alejandra followed the commercial script she's supposed to when someone calls our hotel. Excellent, Alejandra. You're doing great. You get 100. Or it will tell you, look, you know what, Alejandra? You're not asking what the reservation is for, how many people there are. You're only asking about availability, okay? You're not highlighting the benefits, among other things, right? It all depends on the prompt you set up as well. I'm going to show you this in practice now too. Let's move on to the next one. Oh. This is another one I want you to keep on your radar, because right now there's a lot of buzz, especially on social media, with people saying, no, now there are agents that talk by themselves. Look, I'm convinced that next year we're going to have sales that close without any human intervention. In fact, I'm always predicting this. Last year, I predicted that we would have AI-powered chatbots on WhatsApp. In November, I delivered on that. There it was. And we've already implemented it with many of you. Beautiful. My prediction is that next year, or at the very latest, the year after that, we'll have sales processes that work 100% completely without any human intervention. Currently, in the most advanced robot we have with Bitrix, let's say that the sales process is handled 60% automatically. There is still 40% human intervention, which was 100% before. So it's a wonderful step forward. And that's why we've increased sales and reduced customer acquisition costs. But my prediction is that next year, it will be 100%. So I want you to be very involved in this and to keep up, because can you imagine when you'll be able to sell automatically? It's going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy for business. And we're just around the corner from it, right? But it's not the same if, as soon as the technology comes out, you're up to date with everything that's been happening and how it's been developing and evolving, as opposed to suddenly just starting to look into how it works. They're going to beat you, right? All the competition, everyone is going to beat you because they'll already be using it very well. So stay sharp with this. And this is one of the options that are already available, which is through integrations where you connect to, for example, make a call with artificial intelligence. In other words, someone can call you, simulating a human that are to a great extent, and they have the ability to respond, understand, converse, everything. That can already be done as well. This is an integration with Make, where when a lead comes in, a robot calls them through this integration because Bitrix itself doesn't yet have the technology for a robot with artificial intelligence to answer you by voice. Not yet, just to be clear. But you can use these integrations. Like there are several, right? Alex is mentioning N8N to us there. That's right, Alex. N8N is one. There's Make, there's Zapier, among others, right? So you need to start understanding this, folks. The thing is, you still think, I notice it when I talk to you, that you think artificial intelligence is just ChatGPT, that I ask it something and it tells me something back. No. In fact, that came out 3 years ago already, you know? This is what I want you to start understanding, right? How platforms are now connected, how you can make a call. This is what you need to keep updating yourselves on so you can keep up with the pace at which these kinds of technologies are advancing. And I want you to keep a close eye on them so that when Bitrix eventually has it, it'll be really easy for you to understand and implement it in your businesses and companies. All right? Good. What I'm going to talk to you about now isn't available yet. It's not available yet. It's still in development, but it's coming. I mean, you know, I always give you the inside scoop on what's coming, right? So you can start getting ready. So, this AI is coming to automations. In other words, from now on, you'll be able to tell Bitrix, suggest and concourse, automation strategy for when I get a lead, and the follow-up I should automatically send by email and WhatsApp. And it turns out the automation will tell you, look, I suggest you send this persuasive email at first and this message on WhatsApp. If they don't reply the first time, send them this email, this WhatsApp message. If they don't reply the second or third time, send this email. And if they never reply at all, send them this one here. Do you agree? Yes. And Bitrix will set up all the automations for you and tell you it's ready. Beautiful, isn't it? That's coming this year. That's a hot little scoop, not from the meeting. I had a month ago with the managers and presidents of Bitrix. This is happening. It's definitely coming. So keep a close eye on it. But there are still some people who don't even use automations yet. They don't even understand it manually. Let me tell you something, okay? Some of us have known each other for a while now. We said we already follow each other on Instagram and everything. So recently when I went to Miami, I drove a car for the first time, a Cybertruck. It's on autopilot. In other words, I've already driven an autonomous car. But if I didn't know how to drive a manual car, or even an automatic one, I wouldn't even dare to drive an autonomous car. You see? So there I was in the Cybertruck. It was moving by itself, and I had my hands like this. I even uploaded a couple of stories there, right? So the same thing is going to happen with this, right? But it's very important that you first understand how it works manually, so that later you can refine it, correct it, okay? And use it in a better iPad way. Well, this is another amazing tool that you all will have as well. Let's move on to the next one. This is another one that I think is going to mark a before and after in business. And I want I want you to understand what is going to happen in the world when this becomes normalized, because it will become normalized. Another feature that's coming with Bitrix is that you'll have simultaneous translation. What does this mean? It means that you'll be talking to someone from Brazil and you'll speak to them in Spanish, and they'll hear you in Portuguese. And the other person will speak to you in Portuguese. And you'll hear them in Spanish, folks. Can you imagine what will happen in the world when language is no longer a barrier for business? Since 2016, I have been actively and enthusiastically promoting a particular phrase, a simple yet truly powerful and inspiring idea, one that resonates deeply. Let's sell to the world. And I wasn't even seeing these things back then. Today, well, we already sell to 18 countries, right? But today, with this, literally that phrase is going to come true, because let's say right now we sell to Spanish speakers, right? A few English speakers here and there too. But just imagine, now we're literally going to sell to the whole world. So what should my friend Maximiliano do? Since he lives in a country, one of the smallest in Latin America and the smallest in South America, okay? But also one of the countries with the highest GDP in Latin America, which is Uruguay. And he has a really nice business because he runs the spy shop, right? In fact, he even has a beautiful name for the business. And he sells to companies that want to analyze their employees to find out, for example, what they talk about when they're not around, who is lying, among other things. He also sells a lot to women and men who suspect they are being cheated on by their partners, right? So he sells them devices to listen in, to record, like pens that can record conversations. In fact, you should already be selling these too, because these also work. They record you and take photos with the cameras, right? Of the glasses. Something he needs to do right now, he should already be working on it right now, is to expand into all the other countries. Because language and geography are absolutely going to stop being barriers. Well, Brazil is right next door. Just by expanding into Brazil, imagine how much he could grow. He's got Argentina, Bolivia, Paraguay as well. But it's very important that he keeps this on his radar, because if he doesn't and keeps thinking, only about the spy shop in Uruguay, then plumas espías from Brazil will show up and enter Uruguay instead. And that's going to make things tough for him. So it's very important that we stay one step ahead. That's why we already have a physical presence in Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. And now we're targeting the Dominican Republic and Argentina, which are on our radar. Now, after my trip to the United States, I said, we need to be here. Next year, of course, I want us to enter the United States with a full physical presence as well, and in Mexico. In fact, I was a master's degree professor in Mexico, in Coahuila, in Saltillo, and I still don't have anyone doing in-person operations. What do you mean? And we have a lot of clients over there. So what happens? This is extremely important. Start developing a global radar, everyone, and begin to open it up little by little. But understand what's going to happen in the coming years, okay? Forgive me if I sometimes get a bit aggressive about these things, but believe me, I do it with all the best intentions to help you, okay? All right. And here's another one that isn't here yet, but it's coming, everyone. And this one is going to be wonderful, isn't it? Sometimes people come to me and say, hey, Luis, I want to make a report that calculates the sales conversion. And, well, they get a bit tangled up with the reports they want to generate. Well, I have good news for you. Artificial intelligence is coming out where you'll be able to say, hey, Bitrix, I want you to generate a report on who our best clients were in April in Guayaquil. Here it is, boss. I want you to please do a comprehensive and in-depth analysis of how my sales process is currently performing thoroughly. Your sales team is taking too long to respond. On average, it takes 38 messages from the time the client first writes. The artificial intelligence will tell you everything. Isn't that wonderful? What a beautiful thing, folks. So let's get much more strategic. But it will be much easier for you to understand and use that when you have already done it manually. So today, go ahead and pull your response time reports. I did your sales funnel report, your contactability funnel report, your average call time report, so that later, with artificial intelligence, you can laugh about it. And you'll already have a practical foundation. You'll be able to hop into the Cybertruck and drive it without any problem, because you already know how to drive a manual and an automatic car, right? Wow, I've really gone on about this topic of it. And we're still not done where we still have more to, cover. So, all right, let's move on to the practical part. I've already told you about the 10 that exist. Now I'm going to show you the ones that are already available in Bitrix right now. So if you'll allow me, I'm going to log into my Bitrix and I'll share my screen with you and show you each one so you can see how useful they are and say things like, hey, I like this one, I don't like this one, I want more of this, I'm still missing this one, and so on, okay? All right, so now I'll go here and share my screen. Here I am with my beautiful Bitrix, and we're all set. Very well. You should be able to see it now. You should be seeing my Bitrix, okay? I can see that you're looking at it. Let me shrink the screen a bit. Sorry, enlarge it. So you can see better. There we go. Now we're in Bitrix. We're in Bitrix already. So let's see. First, about Copilot. Over here on the right, you have Copilot. And you can ask it any questions you want. Look at how I asked Copilot and said, I'm going to spend 10 days in Miami and Orlando. Make me an itinerary to visit the best tourist spots in these two cities. We're a group of 8 people and 4 children. And look at how it gave me the itinerary for everything I needed to do in Miami and Orlando. There it is. There it is. So this is Copilot, let's say, for making a general inquiry. Let's suppose I want to send a birthday message to someone on my team. Then Copilot can also be used in the feed. So I go here and say, okay, could you please just go ahead and write me a really special birthday message for my friend Mateo, whose birthday is on April 30th, and he has turned 28 years old. He is currently serving as the general coordinator. So I put it into the artificial intelligence, and the artificial intelligence already created the little message for me. I don't really like to use it for this, but I'm just giving you an example, right? So then I send it to Mateo, and it already says a nice birthday message to him, right? So let's suppose that he's part of my team of who speaks English. I say to it, you know what? Translate it into English for me. And the artificial intelligence already does it for me. So if I want to send a little message to my friend, Mateo, who, let's say, only speaks English, that's it. I just sent him the message. And he's really happy too, right? So look at these features. Now let's move on to tasks, right? Copilot with tasks. How does it work? How do you use it for tasks? So let's suppose here I have my processes for all the business units, the different task processes, right? So I want to create a task, and I'm going to say, create a business cards for
viayoportrabajo.com, okay? So I have a task, but I don't want my team to miss anything, right? When they do it, I want them to do it really well. So I'm going to say, give me a detailed list of everything a business card should have to be creative, eye-catching, and impactful for the lodging company we have called viajoportrabajo.com, right? So I tell the artificial intelligence to think for me, right? And it's going to give me an answer. And there it already gave me one. Then I say, please make sure to include all the details, right? So look at how I already use it for my day-to-day work. Obviously, I check, I have to review to make sure all the information is correct, okay? And if I want to add something to it, take something away from it, no. You see, the idea isn't for artificial intelligence to do all the work for us, because otherwise, what's the point of us being here, right? But look at how I just put it in and basically created, right? So this is Copilot, already integrated into the work tool. If you notice, I don't have to leave the tool to go look in ChatGPT. And I also have it in the comments, right? So I can ask it here more questions. Give me color recommendations for a business card for a company specializing in accommodations, specifically accommodations for work. Recommendations for color combinations with their justifications. So look, I send it and I keep refining the idea, some right within the same task. Do you see what I mean? So this makes it very interactive and productive. Look, here it's giving me navy blue and white, and it provides the respective justifications as well. And I click send here. So look at how I'm using Copilot in the different work processes. We've covered all the main ones, right? So let's move on to the next topics. Let's look at what's next. Creating websites with artificial intelligence. Let's get to it. I go here to websites and look at how I tell the artificial intelligence, create a website for me. Now you all are going to keep track of the time. It's 6:46 here, okay? I'm going to type create. So here I tell it, right? Create a website for the company Soul Solution, which sells photovoltaic systems in Ecuador. The brand of colors are mainly orange and green, okay? So I tell him, look, I just gave the artificial intelligence a prompt, and the artificial intelligence is already creating the website for me automatically. Let's see how long it takes. We gave the command at 6:47. That's when I sent it. Write that down. I sent it at 6:47. Look at that beauty. See how the artificial intelligence is working all by itself, huh? See how the artificial intelligence is creating the website images for me. The artificial intelligence is writing the text automatically. Look at that beauty. The artificial intelligence is doing everything, huh? Just so you know, my hands are up here, right? See how it's adding the basic plan, the advanced plan. And I didn't put any of that in, right? But the artificial intelligence is already putting something together for me, just like that. What our clients say, look at that beauty. Let's see what our clients say. Carlos Mena, what a beauty, truly beautiful. And it keeps going, huh? Done. 47, 3 minutes is how long it took the artificial intelligence to create the website. There it is. Look at that beauty. You can't tell me that's not beauty, folks. There you have it. It's already available for you. More artificial intelligence for your businesses and your company. Let's go for more. Chatbots with artificial intelligence. Here, Esteban is asking how to deploy it to production. It's done, it's ready. Look, I've already published it. Go check out my website. It's published right now. That's it, it's done. Yes, look, there it is. Go to this website, and that's it. It's my website. Created with artificial intelligence in 3 minutes. I just sent it to you all. If you want, check it out. Sign up, do whatever you want there. It's ready. So I'm coming back. Now I'm going to, yes, of course, Esteban. You can register your own domain, right? So I can give it solsolutions.com, and that website will already be up and running. Good. Yes, exactly. Yes, you can, Esteban. That's crazy, says Gisela. Exactly, right? Well, let's keep going. Let's take a look at robots with artificial intelligence. This is one of the ones I like the most. We've already implemented it in the furniture cleaning company. So notice that when someone writes to us, the AI-powered bot says, hello, I want more information. I'm in Mahala, right? So automatically the AI-powered bot replies and says, hello, I'm Jenny from Como Nuevo. I'm glad you're reaching out to us to help you. Tell me what you want to have cleaned. And the person says, living room furniture. See how immediately, not 3 minutes, not 5 minutes, no, immediately. Perfect, it says. I need to know how many seats your living room furniture has. And they say, 4, great. So you have 4 seats in your living room set. The cleaning cost is $100. But we have a promotion this month of 55% off. So you would only pay $45. Also, I need a photo of the furniture to confirm the exact price. Ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence just gave you an automatic quote. You see, the person sends the photos. Oh my God, look at what we have to clean. And here, the artificial intelligence now transfers you to a human. And look how they ask us if the marker stains will come out. And now a human responds and says, if the stains have been there for a long time, they won't come out in the wash. In this case, what we do is apply all the products to help remove it as much as possible. But this part was already handled by a human. I mean, Look, out of 20 messages we exchanged with him, 3 were sent by a human and 17 by artificial intelligence. So for the human, it's now easy because they don't have to keep asking, and what do you want to clean? And where are you from? And how many stations do you have? Because the robot already handles all of that. So now the human just responds, calls them, and adds the emotional touch, right? How are you, Greece? Hey, it's really a shame how they left your furniture. It's really a shame how they left your furniture. But don't worry. Look, you know what? It's likely that the stain won't come out completely, but it might fade a little. Are you interested in having us help you? Yes or no? Click, and the sales process continues, right? So, no, how does it need to be set up? This is done with an application called PowerBot, okay? It has been a huge success, is globally and you. First need to set up a prompt, right? Then you connect it with ChatGPT and configure the prompt here. If anyone wants me to send them the prompt we use in our furniture cleaning company, just send me a message on Instagram. Luis, please help us with your prompt. And I'll send it to you because we've been updating it. It has been updated. So look, here you train the bot. For example, I tell it, you are a pre-sales agent. Your name is Jenny from Como Nuevo, a furniture cleaning company. Your first objective is to introduce yourself and ask questions to validate the buyer's profile. For this, you need to verify what the person wants to have cleaned. It could be furniture, chairs, mattresses, carpets, or car seats. We are not able to handle any other requests because sometimes people ask us, hey, do you clean houses? So the bot will already respond, we don't clean that, okay? So you keep training the bot with the prompt. Secondly, we need to check if the person wants the service in Machala, Guayaquil, Quito, Cuenca. All right, so we provide the cities. Here we give the prices according to the number of seats, and the artificial intelligence explains absolutely everything, okay? And here we give a bit more detail about how we want the behavior and everything else. So then we set up the scenarios, and this will automatically move you through the stages you want. You can connect it with automations, you can connect it with tasks, you can connect it with payment links. Well, folks, the POCS foundation is already set so that sales can happen automatically. It's just a matter of waiting a little longer, but the logic and technology behind it are already there. The groundwork is ready. It's just a matter of moving forward a bit more. And beautiful, automatic says, will be achieved. But you have to start understanding how these flows work, what they are, okay? And this is also going to greatly increase productivity and sales. You won't need to have 10 advisors anymore. Yes, some jobs will be lost. It's important for you to know that. Now, you might only need 2, but they need to understand all this technology, know how to handle it, and they'll be much more productive because it's not the same for each advisor to have to ask all the questions they used to, as it is for the advisor to only have to handle the final part of closing the deal. You get what I mean, right? So pay close attention to that. And well, you just configure it. There you have an example of how it works. Also, for those who want to implement this bot, we still have a promotion where you get a consulting session with me when you purchase the PowerBot license itself. Okay? So pay close attention to that so you can get the most out of your tools. So let's talk about the next ones just for a little while longer, if you don't mind. All right, next up is AI and workflows. I'm going to explain what this AI and workflows is all about. So what you see here is AI and workflows. So, look, workflows were something that Bitrix created last year for everyone who works with tasks and projects and wants to have greater efficiency and control over their processes. Now you can link them to a workflow. And as soon as you link them to a workflow, the artificial intelligence can already give you valuable information. For example, we currently have operations in 13 cities. So for instance, let's suppose I wanted to, well, in the operations we have in the 13 cities, we have maintenance tasks to take care of, right? So for example, we might need to change a light bulb, paint something. Right now, in fact, we're working on a lot of maintenance issues in Bogota. And every time something new comes up, we record it in the task. So in this case, I use the workflow artificial intelligence, and it does an analysis for me. Let's see what it tells me. It says, look, the team has managed to complete all the tasks on time with a total of 30 tasks completed and none overdue. That's a clear indication of efficient planning and execution, he tells me. The team's efficiency is remarkable, high at 81%. This reflects a strong commitment. The average time. Look, it says that I take an average of 3.9 days to resolve a maintenance issue in Bogota. What a beautiful statistic, right? And here it tells me that Jose Luis Romero stands out with an efficiency of 98%, having completed 28 of the tasks himself. The efficiency of the staff, of the users, Jesus, is noticeably lower. They have a 41% effectiveness rate. The recommendations: review the workload of these people to identify possible improvements. The option to create tasks only from a template has been identified. Well, and it gives you recommendations. How wonderful, folks. What a beauty, truly. So if you already have internal processes, let's say payment processes, you could have all the payments made by the company sent to a workflow, and artificial intelligence could tell you whether you are being efficient with your payments or not. Who is and who isn't. Isn't that wonderful? It has a system, or they take a long time to invoice. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. Look at this beauty. I'm going to show you. I like to show you real cases, okay? Look. Here, a client gave us 5 stars, rated us as excellent, and said everything was very nice, but also wrote here, very satisfied with the service. Maybe the billing process could be more agile. That's gold for us, because we immediately take those recommendations. Since they're not complaints, they're giving us a 10 out of 10. And right away, we put it on our radar. You know what? From now on, I want invoices to go through a workflow. Every time we have to issue an invoice, there should be a workflow to measure effectiveness. Who's generating them? Whether they're being generated on time. And if not, we're going to measure all of that from now on. Are you following me? You can use it for that as well. Those are the workflows. Let's see what else. Let's take a look. Well, about video conferences. That's not ready yet, so I can't show you that. But the call audit, yes, I am going to show you the call audit. So for example, I want to see all the calls we've made. Here are all the calls we've made. Notice that the last call was an incoming call, okay? It lasted 5 minutes, okay? So I want to audit this call to see what happened. It should be here. Look at that beauty. So the first thing is that I come in here and I can create a prompt specifically designed and developed for reservation management. No, I have to put it first. I have to create it. Look, I'm going to create it first. I'm going to do it completely, okay? Completely so you can see it. So I want to go into the sales scripts module, and I'm going to create a new script. Or no, I'm not going to create a new one. It's better if I edit an existing one. I'm going to edit this one. Okay, so I'm going to tell the artificial intelligence here create a script for me with everything a customer service representative at our lodging company should do when they receive a call from someone who has made a reservation at our accommodations. Reservations can be made through Airbnb, a booking, or directly. The company is called viajoportrabajo.com. So look, I'm telling the artificial intelligence to create the script for me, right? I tell him to put together the script for me. It's creating it for me. Okay? Here it's telling me what needs to be said. Let's suppose this was, oh, sorry, I closed it. Create a script for me for incoming calls handled by the customer service call center of our lodging company, viajoportrabajo.com. Okay, I enter it there, and now I'm going to do it right. So here, the artificial intelligence gives me the script. Done. So here I have it. I'm going to copy it. I've copied it, and now I paste it here. I haven't reviewed it yet, so I don't waste too much time, okay? Done. I'm going to delete it here, and for example, I put here script, incoming calls for BXT. I want it to be only for new calls, for example, or for calls in progress. See? So here I select this. In which cases will I be able to audit? For now, I'm going to put it right now for everyone. Later, I can review it. Just for incoming calls. Or, well, I'll set it for all calls. Done. Here it tells me the scoring threshold, how I'm going to consider a call good or bad, and under what logic. And I click done. Very well. See? So now I go back to the call. And we're going to audit it based on the prompt and the current artificial intelligence. So I go to the call details. Here is the call that Kenny made with Rene Arauz. I go to negotiations, enter here, and look at how I activate incoming calls. And now I tell it, go ahead. Evaluate the call based on the script. I didn't check it just now, did I? The right thing to do would be to review it carefully to see exactly what I want it to do, but it's already going to give me a score on how well or not the sales process is being followed, in this case, by Kenny for this guest named Rene Arauz, who is from Ecuador. So with artificial intelligence, look, Arare, I no longer have to listen to the 5 minutes. It already graded it. Here it's giving me a summary, and it gave a 63% efficiency score for following the script. Look at this. It's amazing, folks. And if I wanted to listen to the call, I can hear you here. See? So look how beautiful this is, everyone. It's already available there too. Nice, pretty, and beautiful for all of you. Okay? Very well. As for the ones we're missing, they're not. The rest aren't available yet, but I've already put them there, so you have them on your radar and can keep moving forward in your businesses as such. Okay, so we're moving into the final part, everyone. Wow, we've gone a little over time, haven't we? Normally, we finish right on the hour. Let's move on to the announcements. Announcements for all of you. This week, we started a course, it was on Tuesday and Thursday. And tomorrow, we have the second part. It's a course we do every month. And it's 100% recommended for all of you. If you want to learn more about this, It's free for our clients. So just write to us and tell us, I want to attend the free Bitrix course. Send me that message and my team will take care of it. This month is already over. In May, we're also starting the course. So you can register, I think in the first or second week. I think we start next week, right? I'm not sure. Just register there. My team will give you the information. So for those who haven't registered yet, send a message to WhatsApp. We're constantly updating it, always adding more great features. In fact, tomorrow we have the second part, which will have some real gems. It's mandatory. Even if you already have Bitrix, you should still take it. But you understand the brain of Bitrix, how the logic works, or the actual brain of Bitrix? Okay. Second, if there are Bitrix updates coming, so keep an eye out for that. In fact, I'm going to show you one of the updates that's coming up really soon. Let me I'll share it with you here. Let's see. So look at this one that's coming, which I know a lot of you are going to like. Check this out. So now in Deals, this is a new little feature they've added. Now you can set a reservation and look how it's already connecting with the booking calendar. Isn't that beautiful? It's amazing. They're already connecting this to the CRM. It wasn't connected before, and now it just showed up. Well, that's one of them, huh? One of those features that's about to be released and officially announced. As soon as the official launch happens, I'll give you a great masterclass so you can really make the most of it, right? Also, remember, by renewing your Bitrix license with us, you get your benefits. We always give you consulting sessions directly with me to help you. Make your Bitrix setup perfect. For every year, we give you a 1-hour session with me, Unica. So make sure to take advantage of them. There are many who still haven't renewed with us and still haven't requested their sessions. Request the sessions. Say, hey, I'd like that. Give me the session with Luis. I want him to give me a boost. I want him to help us get even more out of this amazing tool. So we'll be happy to help. Just write to the same WhatsApp number so my team can assist you in the best way possible. Another important topic, we've prepared a checklist for you with IntelliA of everything you have, of what we've covered in this masterclass, everything you need to keep on your radar regarding artificial intelligence with Bitrix, so you can check things off or stick it up on your office wall and say, this is done. This isn't yet. This isn't yet. This is done. So you can keep track of everything. For those who want it, download it. The link is there for you. In fact, I'm going to share it with you right now, right here as well. So you have it. Okay? There, I'm sending it to you in the chat. Download the checklist. I've put it in the chat so you can download it and stick it up in your offices. Set it as your wallpaper. I don't care, but work on the topic of artificial intelligence and start checking things off. Check. And I hope that by the end of the year, you'll send me a message on Instagram and say, oh, hey, Luis, look, I listened to you. Here's my checklist. Look, I already have 8 checks that I'm using in the company. I love it. Thank you, Luis. That's it. That's the best reward I could receive. Seeing your happiness with the results, with your success, with the help that all this wonderful technology can give us. All right? So there you have the link. I sent it to you. Download it, and I'd be delighted to see it. And well, finally, don't forget to join the WhatsApp community, the largest and most wonderful Spanish-speaking community there is. Join us, and we'd be happy to keep you in touch and updated on all these topics. I'm going to take some questions, and then we'll wrap up, okay? So if you have any questions, now is the time. Look, I'm going to put on my, while you ask your questions, my AI-powered glasses, I'm going to put them on now. Well, let's see. Now's the time to ask any questions you want. Send them in, because I'm going to put on the AI glasses. In fact, whatever you ask, I'll ask the AI so it can tell me what to answer you if there's something I don't know. All right, let's see. Aren't you going to ask anything? Hey, intelligence. Hey, Meta. Tell me what I can say. to the class if no one asks me anything. Okay? Okay, all right, that's enough. No, that's enough. Hey, Meta, don't tell me anything else. It's just explaining to me. It's just telling me. I don't think it can hear there. All right. All right. Are there no questions? No questions? I don't know if that's good or bad, but in any case, I want to thank you for your time. Is Esteban there is inviting me to the city with the most beautiful last name in the world, but spelled wrong. No, just kidding. To Cordoba. I'm going to go. I taught a course there once, and I really like the city. In fact, I have Argentine citizenship, but my mom is from Buenos Aires, and my family lives in Mendoza, so I have to go. I think I'll be in Argentina in May or June. I have to go see my grandmother who lives in Mendoza, and I'm going to bring her to Ecuador because of the cold, you know? Or bring her here for a few days. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'll take you up on that. I'll be over there. I'll come visit you, Esteban, and get to know you all a bit more. It will be a real pleasure to meet you, and Argentina is a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country. I know things are still tough right now, but you can already see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have to keep going. You have to keep at it with a lot of dedication, with commitment, and thank you. Thank you for the invitation. So, well, I won't keep you any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, today the month is over. For those who still think we're in April, the month is already over. Tomorrow we start the second month of the second quarter of the year. May 1st, in fact, Labor Day. Congratulations to all of you on Workers' Day, which is us. All of us who, look, at the time, in Argentina, it's already 9 at night and you're still there thinking about growth, working. How wonderful. In other countries, like here in Colombia, it's 7 o'clock and we're still here working hard. Congratulations. Happy day to all of you. May God bless you all. Thank you for joining, and see you soon. See you soon. See you soon in more masterclasses, more wonderful little courses that we'll be creating for you. I'll stay around chatting on Instagram with those who have a few more questions. Just write to me on Instagram. They'll give you my Instagram as well, so that you can write to me if you have any additional questions. And I'd be happy, really happy to help you and keep chatting a bit more there. Luis Cordobaf is my Instagram for anyone who's interested. Let's stay in touch. May God bless you all. Take care and see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye, bye, bye.